Before we kick the video off, I want to let you guys know about Litify. It's the AI coach you can link your Faceit and MM games to. And it breaks them down, tells you what to improve on. My favorite thing is this mapping tool, which tells you what positions you're winning a lot of your fights as compared to losing them. Does the same thing for smokes and flashes. Bring up on the map, it tells you which ones you're using well, which ones you're throwing at bad timings. There's also more of a breakdown into your aim, tells you if your counter strafing's good, your crosshair placement, all of that. And same thing with utility. Your HE is doing a lot of damage. Are you dying with too much utility on your belt? What exactly is going on there? So try it out for free in the description box below. This isn't the round I want to talk about. I'm actually much more interested in how we got here, which was by Heroic winning their map picks of Inferno and Train. Pushing through overtime and closing it out, each of these maps had one super influential round where Heroic managed to win Force Buy / Ecos, and I want to talk about those two rounds today, because really, without them, Heroic wouldn't even got to Mirage. Let's kick off with the simpler of the two on Inferno, where Gambit grabbed 11 rounds, won the pistol, and are up 12-4, looking to close out this first map very quickly indeed. But then this happened. On the next round, a complete shutdown at Banana by Heroic, and it might look pretty simple, a flash and then a peek. There's a little bit more going on here than you might initially realize. Now, one thing I love about Gambit is that they have really good fundamentals. You can see here with the way they take banana control, they got that molly onto sandbags, a flash nice and early. They send the Mac 10 in first to do a lot of the heavy lifting here and clear out banana, make sure they're not running into any pistols and getting into too much trouble. Now, as we continue in this round, I love how they take banana control. Again, it's pretty thorough. A nade onto the corner, a flash higher left for anyone potentially playing, and Nafani goes around and clears everything with his Mac 10. Now, the little piece of information that is actually really fundamental here from Gambit, and any good team should be doing this, is I want you to look at what Inters does. Is he throws that flash, but then look at how he walks up here. He's anti-flash the whole time. He stays anti-flash, anti-flash, anti-flash. Even as they've cleared top car, he's staying here ready for a play such as Heroic would go for. But then look at the timing. They decide it's clear, no reaction from Heroic. He turns, and the split second he does, that flash comes in from refresh, and just like that, they've lost the round. And this is the constant cat and mouse game that professional teams are playing. You can see here from Nafani's point of view is as he gets flashed up, bang, flashbang, nade onto the corner. He's making a lot of noise. Heroic no at this point. All right, there's a guy at top car. Maybe we flash right now. Refresh throws his flash now. Catches that guy. Nafani's blind. He gets killed, but then probably into swings off anti-flash. Maybe gets 1 or 2 in return. Maybe they kill him. It ends up in something like a 3v3, which could go either way. Requires a bit of heroics from whichever team wins that. Or they can wait like they did here and wait to the point where Gambit let their guard down. They think, okay, no reaction from Heroic. They're obviously not set up for this. But then actually they are. Bang, there comes in the flash later than anyone would expect. They get the 3 kills and win the round. But obviously if Gambit came out wide here and peeked, they probably just win the round for free. So this is kind of the gambles you're taking in the cat and mouse, because a team like Gambit, they expect that flash, but then they don't expect that timing. So it's a lot of these little details that add up and change at different times, which affect when a team wins and who's ahead of who strategically. And then you can see to finish off the round after you got the kills, as you guys have already seen a couple of times now, Cadian's playing nice and passive, making sure he can't get rushed down or killed 1-for-1 like Axe was trying to do here. Gets the nice tag on the guy running out holes and then commits to the fight, very confident, but he knows that he's only on 29 HP and basically at this point he's got an AWP against that. And then once he gets that kill, 4v1, the round's pretty much over. So that's how they won that. On to overtime, and they ended up winning this map. And then we'll move on to Train. Train was a very similar situation. Gambit won the first half 10-5, Heroic won the pistol, but then Gambit broke them straight back, converted the next round, and are up to 12-6. Going into a round where Heroic just had 2 Deagles and a Scout with 2 USPs to do as much as they can. Now you can see on this round, starts off with a little bit of mistake from Gambit. They give up the opening kill on Pop, and then Heroic are perfectly positioned for it. They push up the stairs here, kill the second player above Pop, and from there they just have to play out and win the 5v3, which is exactly what they did. Now this round starts off with a pretty basic tactic from Heroic. Get the scout that they've saved to peek upper, and then you have 2 guys low ramp ready to pounce anyone maybe crossing. That could have got tagged by Cadian, or as in this case, Cadian sees nothing, so they end up pushing up the low ramp and getting into these nice and close range positions, which obviously with pistols is where you want to be. Now they get to this point here, noticing the USP first, and Gambit are doing something a little bit fancy. You can see they're trying to line up some double nade, and you can see that they had control of Pop. Nafani's on the angle, making sure no one's close to that pistol, but as he gets off to throw these nades is exactly when everything's going to go wrong. So if we look at it from Tessa's point of view, you can see the idea of the nades. If we just sit in this view here, is you can see that he is going to get naded back by the first nade, there, and the second nade's going to pop right there outside of pop. Now the idea of this is obviously to get the player who is in there to try and move away from the first grenade, and he's going to move straight into the second grenade as he moves out of pop. Now the interesting thing for me is that Nafani doesn't seem to think that Tessus will move forward, which is the first mistake. So Tessus moves forward as they're off that angle. Nafani just kind of peeks it pretty casually and gets his head taken off. So that's the first little mistake from Gambit, and it opens up the entire round. Now Hobbit is really exposed. He's up here trying to watch pop, trying to control everything. The two players have pushed up close because of the scout, and at this point it just becomes too much for him. They're spamming, he's trying to look the wrong way, and Shush just takes him out. Now if you think Hobbit's a bit of an idiot for where his crosshair was there, don't, because look at the information that's being taken away from Tessus. He's spamming the metal above pop, which allows his teammates to charge up that ramp, shoot Hobbit in the side of the head because, well, he had no sound cues that were coming. And from that point, look what happens. Shush clears Whitehall. No, there's no one close by to react. Tessus mollies off team mid, so no reaction could potentially come out from Gambit. And they clear all the way out of B, double hold onto team mid here. You can see both players around this E-box holding onto this. Shush is rotating back around to CT spawn. Refresh is holding front Ivy, and Kading's going to want to go back lanes because there is a smoke towards Ivy. You can see here on the right of Axel. And you can see the timing of how well they know this, as Tessus is now checking right as they're above pop that they could potentially now be in that position if they'd walked. Shush gets the kill on towards Axel at back lane, and from there you can see they played outside as 5, and now they just have to clear inner together. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Starvin misses his timing, doesn't get killed. Players are swinging around. You can see Shush uses smoke again to stay alive, doesn't commit to any fight he doesn't need to, and from there Gambit just have to go for a desperation plays. You can see enters, he knows, oh, if I let them just sit around for too long, they're just going to overwhelm me. He gets a flash from his teammate, tries to push up, but from there he's exposed, and Shiro as well, he's left here at the oil train, again trying to make some kind of play, but against 5, you're really going to struggle here. Gets Cadian, but then from there, the round is over. And the problem with this for Gambit is you've just given Heroic an eco round win, and Heroic love their double op setup in CT train. They're one of the best at the world at it, if not the best. It's very difficult to get through where these guys get double op in their hand, and that's exactly what happened. They grind this one back to 15-15, and then in the overtimes, well, they've got double ops as much as they want, so Gambit end up losing in overtime as well. But that's it for this video, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll catch you all in the next one.